Howdy friend, Sam Houston here, hoping you're living in high cotton. And if you're lucky enough to be in Texas, I know you're most of the way there. Now enjoy your daily dose of Texas history and Texas pride.
Well, howdy friend, welcome back to your Texas History Roundup for this day, July 24th. So in 1901, William S. Porter was released from prison after serving a little over 3 years for embezzlement at an Austin bank. There is considerable doubt about Porter's guilt in the embezzlement case, as the bank was noted for its lax operation. He had moved to Texas in 1882 and resided in Austin until 1895. Porter founded the humor weekly Rolling Stone, a venture that lasted a year, from 1894 to 1895. During his imprisonment, he started writing seriously, using the pen name O. Henry to conceal his identity. Of the short stories he wrote in prison, Whistlin' Dick's Christmas Stocking appeared in December 1899 issue of McClure's magazine. After leaving prison, he wrote more than 300 short stories and gained fame as America's most popular short story writer. His first book, Cabbages and Kings, was published in 1904. Porter died in New York City in 1910 at age 48. Porter's Austin home is now the O. Henry Museum. In 1955, theater director Margaret V. Jones died in Dallas. Jones was born in Livingston in 1911. She taught theater at UT Austin, and after meeting Tennessee Williams, directed several of his plays, including The Glass Menagerie. She became recognized as an accomplished director and producer of American resident theater. In 1947, she opened the Dallas Civic Theater, where many well-known plays were staged, including Inherit the Wind, which had been turned down by Broadway as too controversial. I wonder why that was. In 1967, Don January won his first major, the 1967 PGA Open at Columbine Valley in Colorado. January was born in Plainview in 1929. He won golf championships in each of 5 decades in the 1940s. He won 2 Dallas City Junior Championships, and in the 1950s had led North Texas State College, now UNT, to 3 consecutive NCAA championships. In the 1960s and 70s, he had 9 tour wins, including the 1967 PGA Championship, and in the 1980s, he had 22 senior PGA Tour victories, including the inaugural senior tournament in 1980. He played on 2 Ryder Cup teams and is a member of the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. In 1972, Clarence E. Ayers, a highly recognized economist at UT Austin, died. His radical views and outspoken criticism of the legislature, including calling the loyalty oath an insult, led to a 130-1 vote for his dismissal by the legislature in 1951. However, powerful friends intervened, and Ayers continued teaching for another 15 years. 1973, 13-year-old Santos Rodriguez and his brother were caught by policeman Darrell Kane as suspects in the burglary of a soft drink machine in Dallas. While being forced to confess with a loaded gun at his head, Santos was shot and killed by Kane. There is essentially no evidence linking him to the robbery, and a march for justice took place in Dallas 4 days later. The march resulted in considerable violence, including extensive property damage, 38 arrests, and 5 injured policemen. Kane was convicted of murder, but only sentenced to 5 years in prison. I guess that gives another meaning to either your signature or your brains will be on this paper. Okay, well, that's it for this Texas History Roundup for July 24th. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're enjoying these history roundups, please let me know. We encourage you to, if you hear an interesting little tidbit or story about someone or something that happened in particular, go out and do a little more research on your own. I think you'll find that there are some pretty fascinating things that happen in and around and related to the great state of Texas throughout the years. So you'll never lack for something to research, that's for sure. All right, well, y'all take care. Thanks for listening.
Well, there you have it. If you like our podcast, check us out at feedbandit.com. There you'll find awesome Texas First outdoors gear and apparel. Your purchase helps support the Bandits and keeps this podcast on the air, fighting for you and for Texas. Remember, preserve the tradition, protect the legacy. Until next time.